The U.S. military has just unveiled a next-generation M1E3 Abrams, and it's a game-changer in every possible way. This isn't just another upgrade. It's a complete reimagining of what a main battle tank can do. From hypersonic missiles to AI-powered defense systems, the M1E3 is shaping up to be the most lethal, high-tech armored vehicle ever built. But what makes it so powerful? And how does it compare to other tanks around the world? Before we answer these questions, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's dive into the mind-blowing features of America's newest war machine, a tank that fires hypersonic missiles. The idea of a tank firing hypersonic missiles straight from its main gun sounds like something ripped from a science fiction novel. And yet that's exactly what the U.S. Army is considering with the M1E3 Abrams, the next-generation battle tank that promises to redefine modern warfare. Unlike traditional tank shells, which rely on sheer kinetic energy and explosive power, these hypersonic missiles would be guided projectiles capable of striking targets miles away with pinpoint accuracy. For decades, tanks have been limited to direct fire engagements, meaning they had to see their targets before they could engage them. But the battlefield has changed. With the rise of long-range anti-tank missiles, drone warfare, and networked combat, tanks can no longer afford to fight within visual range. If the M1E3 indeed gets the ability to fire hypersonic missiles from its gun, it will turn tanks into something entirely new. A mobile artillery platform with the precision of a sniper rifle and the destructive power of a bunker buster. Some might argue that this is nothing new. The Soviet Union was experimenting with gun-launched missiles back in the 1970s, incorporating them into tanks like the T-72 and T-90. Even today, Russian tanks can fire guided missiles like the 9M119 Reflex through their main guns, giving them an edge in long-range combat. So why hasn't the US military done the same until now? The answer lies in technology. Back in the 1990s, the US Army experimented with a gun-launched missile system called the XM943 STAFF, Smart Target Activated Fire and Forget. During tests, an Abrams tank fired one of these missiles and destroyed a moving T-72 at a staggering distance of 8,600 meters, over 5 miles away. However, at the time, thermal imaging systems weren't advanced enough to consistently identify targets at such long ranges. Without reliable target acquisition, the program was shelved. Fast forward to today, and the battlefield is unrecognizable. Advances in thermal optics, AI-driven targeting, and drone reconnaissance have completely changed the way wars are fought. The Ukraine conflict has proven that tanks need to engage threats from extreme distances, often before they can even be seen. If the M1E3 integrates gun-launched hypersonic missiles, it won't just be an evolution of the Abrams. It'll be a revolution in armored warfare. The new gun, one of the biggest changes coming to the M1E3, is its main gun. For decades, the Abrams has relied on the M2 5.61 20mm smoothbore cannon, a powerful and battle-proven weapon. But the new tank is expected to replace it with the XM360, a next-generation 120mm gun that brings serious firepower improvements. What makes the XM360 special isn't just its caliber, it's the way it fires. Instead of relying purely on chemical propellants, the XM360 uses electrothermal chemical ETC ignition, a futuristic system that supercharges the propellant with plasma. In simple terms, this means greater muzzle velocity, increased range, and better accuracy, all without needing a larger caliber. To put things in perspective, traditional tank shells rely on gunpowder to generate the explosive force needed to propel a round. The XM360, with its ETC technology, enhances this process, resulting in a higher energy output. In tests, ETC-fired rounds have achieved muzzle energy levels comparable to a 140mm cannon, something NATO once considered but abandoned due to weight and logistical concerns. The XM360, however, delivers that same firepower while keeping the gun at a manageable 120mm size. Even more game-changing is the addition of an autoloader. Unlike older Abrams tanks, which require a human loader to manually place shells into the gun, the M1E3 is expected to use an automated loading system. This means faster reload times, more consistent firing rates, and a smaller crew. While some traditionalists argue that removing the human loader could introduce reliability issues, autoloaders have already proven themselves in tanks like the French Leclerc and the Russian T-90, shedding weight like a supermodel. One of the biggest flaws of the current Abrams is its sheer size and weight. The M1A2 SEP V3, the most recent variant, weighs a staggering 75 tons. That kind of bulk makes it difficult to deploy, forces engineers to reinforce bridges just to move it, and limits its effectiveness in certain terrains. In fact, during the recent deployment of Abrams tanks to Ukraine, reports surfaced of the tanks struggling in muddy conditions, getting bogged down under their immense weight. The M1E3 is being designed to fix this issue. The goal? Reduce the weight to below 60 tons without sacrificing protection. That's no easy task, but engineers are taking a completely different approach to armor and construction. Instead of just layering on more steel, the M1E3 will likely incorporate advanced composite materials, 3D printed structural components, and even an unmanned turret. An unmanned turret would be a radical departure from traditional tank design. Instead of having crew members exposed inside the turret, they would be fully enclosed within the heavily armored hull, improving survivability. This layout would also allow for a lower profile, making the tank harder to hit. Weight reduction isn't just about mobility, it's also about logistics. A lighter tank means easier transportation, lower fuel consumption, and fewer maintenance issues. The M1E3 is rumored to incorporate a hybrid electric drivetrain, which would further improve fuel efficiency and reduce the tank's heat signature. In a world where battlefield logistics can make or break an army, these improvements could be just as important as firepower. Drones, AI, and robot sidekicks. Modern warfare is no longer about isolated vehicles. It's about networked combat. The M1E3 isn't just a tank. It's being designed as a command hub for drones and autonomous systems. Imagine small drones scouting ahead, identifying enemy positions, and even launching attacks before the tank itself enters the fight. These aren't just hypothetical ideas. Drone warfare has already reshaped modern battlefields. The M1E3 is expected to integrate AI-driven systems that assist with target identification, threat prioritization, and even automated defensive measures. For example, if an incoming missile is detected, the tank's AI could instantly calculate the best countermeasure, whether it's deploying active protection, launching a counter missile, or repositioning to avoid the attack. Speaking of defense, the tank will likely feature a next-generation active protection system, APS. The Israeli trophy system has already proven highly effective at intercepting anti-tank missiles, but the future battlefield demands even more. The M1E3's APS will need to handle drone swarms, loitering munitions, and top attack threats, all of which are becoming the preferred methods for disabling tanks. Why this tank changes everything for years, skeptics have argued that tanks are becoming obsolete. With the rise of drones, precision-guided weapons, and networked warfare, some claim that the days of armored behemoths rolling across battlefields are numbered. But the M1E3 proves that the tank is evolving, not dying. This isn't just an upgraded Abrams. It's an entirely new platform built for the future. With its ability to launch hypersonic missiles, fire advanced ETC rounds, operate alongside drones, and leverage AI-driven combat systems, the M1E3 will redefine what it means to be a main battle tank. Wars are no longer fought the way they were in the past. The days of tank-on-tank slugfests are fading. Instead, modern conflicts are shaped by long-range strikes, asymmetric threats, and multi-domain warfare. The M1E3 is built for this new reality. It's lighter, faster, deadlier, and smarter. It's a tank designed not just to survive the future battlefield, but to dominate it. So is the tank obsolete? Not even close. When the M1E3 finally rolls out, it won't just be another armored vehicle, it'll be a statement. A declaration that American armor isn't just keeping up with the times. It's setting the standard for the wars of tomorrow. And in that future, this beast of a machine will prove that the tank is not only still relevant, it's unstoppable. What do you think? Does the M1E3 Abrams push tanks into the future? Or are armored vehicles becoming a thing of the past? Let us know in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button if you really enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching.